Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Covering all bases there. This is Diary of a Dope Fiend, channel that I started to get my story out, to expose the reality of prison, streets, crime, drugs. We got too many young kids these days ruining their lives over killing someone because they thought that was the cool thing to do. Alright, so at a young age I started using drugs, using heroin real heavy. And we're going to get right to it. I robbed a heroin dealer. And he wasn't a big-time heroin dealer, but he was a heroin dealer that was big enough to kill you. Individual from Baltimore. Had some family members in the city of Warren. And one day I called him up. I asked him for... Got paint on me already. I asked him for, I'm working, if you see any paint on my hands or my shirt, that's why. Asked him for a front. I was getting sick, and I had a stereo. Well, I didn't. It was somebody else's stereo I was going to take. Back then, stereos were worth money. A couple speakers. Big old CD players, had the radio, the tape player with it. And it was in the shape of a box with two speakers that went with it that were in the shape of a box. You don't see those anymore. But he got rude with me. He really did. He was kind of disrespectful about it and said I'm at the mall anyways. So, you're at the mall. Mind you, this guy would sell me bags. That's what we called him in Ohio. He sold his bags for $25 a piece. I never understood that. Everybody else was selling them for $20. He sold his for $25. So, light bulb goes off in my head. This guy always put his dope back in the same spot. Sold it in the same room, the kitchen. Always put it in between the ceiling and the cabinet, on top of the cabinet. I knew this. I always knew that he kept his kitchen window open. Why this guy thought that it was okay to let every dope fiend that comes in your house know where your dope's at and leave your window open. I don't know if he thought that, people were scared of him or nobody would do that, but when it comes to being dope sick, no holds bars. It's all out. I'm going to get mine no matter what. And so I'm thinking, well, if he's at the mall, now he has a Ziploc bag filled, and I was there when he was bagging them up. Let me show you while I'm at a red light. I'm not exaggerating. Yes, my brother. I mean, filled with $25 bags. I remember when he was bagging them up, it was a mountain of heroin that he had a little spoon, and he was just scooping it into each bag. And get my seatbelt on. So knowing where his dope was at, knowing that he wasn't there, knowing that his kitchen window was open, knowing that I didn't have to take the whole bag, and he'd never know, because he wouldn't. There's just too many. When it came time to count his money, there's no way. There's no way. He'd probably think he was a little short, but him. So I go in there. I drive by first. Nobody's there. Lights are off. Kitchen window's open. Same thing. I went there every day for months. Buying bags off this guy. I knew his routine. I knew where his stuff was. Crawl through the window. Grab the bag of heroin. Was right where he left it. Left hand, boom. Handful of $25 bags. Fill up my left pocket. Right hand, same thing. Fill up my right pocket. Leave. Happier than a homosexual with a bag of... Can't say that, but something I heard in jail a long time ago. Can you imagine it, though? A homosexual with a garbage bag full of fingers, and he's walking all happy because he's got a bag of popsicles, skin flavored. Okay. Anyways, it's not a knock on gay people. It's really not. If you said happier than a junkie with a bag of heroin, that's what I should have said, because I was happier than a junkie with a bag of heroin. Wait a second. I was that junkie. I wouldn't get offended. But anyways, Doesn't take much these days for people to get freaking butthurt, and it's sad. I'm living it up. I'm a rock star, right? My bag was only a sandwich bag full of heroin, but I'm a rock star at the time. I got the goods. I'm selling this stuff to people that he goes to. I'm playing in it, got the razor blade out, moving it around, and got a little pile in front of me like I'm the man. But I'm selling these bags wrapped up the same way that he wrapped them up, because I didn't take them all out. It's a dumb idea, because you don't want anybody in the town to know, have any clue, any rumor popping off with your name in it. You just don't. Bad idea. But I'm naive. I'm 18 years old. I'm an idiot. I don't worry about the consequences. Consequences will come later, maybe. And if they do, I'm not worried about that. I'm living for the moment. Every junkie lives for the moment. I was living for the moment. So, within 3-4 days, I'm already broke. Done. Don't have anything. Getting sick. This time my brother goes over there with me because we do it again. We do it again. It was too easy. He drove by. He wasn't home. Me and him did it. 4 times we robbed this guy until he had nothing left. Until he had nothing left. Flat broke. Nothing. I go to a party one night. We're all getting drunk. It's a bonfire, kegs. Well, cops get called. Everybody runs but dummy me and a couple other people. And we think because we're honest, we're doing the right thing, we're not running, that these cops are going to give us a break. Nope, I get locked up. I go to jail for public intoxication. Lesson learned. Don't trust the police. You know how they always say, well, if you're honest with me, I'm going to be honest with you. If you help me, I'm going to help you. Don't believe that nonsense, man. Oh, my van. I need to blow up on YouTube so I can buy a new vehicle. Look at this crap. Stalling out for no reason. Just does it. But, shut it off for a minute. But, so I'm locked up for like 3-4 days, and then I bond out. My bond was cheap. I paid $50, $100, 10% of $1,000, something like that, or $50, 10% of $500. So I have $25. I'm sick, right? I'm dope sick, and so what do? We're calling Mr. Bean. I call Mr. Bean. He's got the beans. Call Mr. Bean. Like an idiot. I don't ask around. I don't try to gouge people for information to see if he knows anything. I just go straight over there. First day out, not even out an hour. Go over there. He sells me the bag. Tells me. And he told me, like on the phone and stuff when I was robbing him, hey, somebody's robbing me. And I didn't think that he, thought it was me. But he had roughed a couple people up just to get information out of them. He pulls out a German Ruger. Still, I'm so conceited and stupid, naive. I'm thinking, oh, he's just showing me the gun. He tells me, this is what I'm going to use on the person that robbed me. I wake up, he's standing over me. But I remember, he hit me with the pistol. And I don't remember him hitting me with the pistol, but I remember seeing sparks. Just sparks. And I started screaming because I thought I was having a seizure in his kitchen. I didn't know he hit me. I blacked out. It's like my mind erased that part. He hit me so hard. He hits me. He says, why did you rob me? I tell on myself instantly. Instantly. But like I said, he's roughed a couple people up before, trying to find out information to see if they did it, or they telling themselves, or tell on, or say whoever did it. So there's a very good chance that he could have roughed me up, and if I would have stuck with my story, none of this would have happened. Probably would have got hit, maybe kicked, punched a little bit, and then once I told him it wasn't me, he might have let me go. He might have gave me a couple bags for the trouble. Who knows? But I told on myself instantly, thinking this guy was going to show me some kind of mercy. This gangster that's moving dope from Baltimore to Warren, mind you, I can say that. This was 20 years ago. His name was Mr. Bean. Got to time it out real quick. But like this gangster is gonna let me go. You know, he's gonna show me some mercy. You know, oh, hey, I understand that you got me for my sandwich bag that would fit 30 sandwiches in it full of heroin. It's okay, I understand. Here, let me punch you 2 more times, then you can go home. Okay? Here, take a couple bags for your troubles. Dummy me. So, he ends up calling his family, and they come over, rough me up, punching me, kicking me, slapping me. I get drugged down to the basement. They get out some rope. By then, there's 5 or 6 of them. And I'm to the point now where I'm so desperate, I'm just screaming. I don't care what you do to me. You can shoot me in the freaking head. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs because I know you're going to kill me. I'm going to end up dead. And that was the reality that hit me. These guys are going to, and this is what he told me. He says, I'm going to torture you for as long as possible. I'm going to take you out to the country. I'm going to put as many bullets in your chest as possible, and I'm going to dump you in a ditch, and I'm going to leave you there. And he meant it. These guys, now that I look back at it, like, man, thank God. Thank God that didn't happen, because it was bound to happen. It was going to happen. And so I get to the point where I realize, well, these guys are going to kill me, so the only thing I got is my voice. Ah, help! Ah, boom, boom, shut up! Ah, boom, boom, knocked out. Wake up. Ah, boom, 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 knocked out. Wake up. Ah, and by then by now I'm a bloody pulp. I mean, I'm just a bloody mess. My face is just, my eye looks like a softball. I mean, you can ask anybody that's seen me that day or the weeks after. My eye was just, literally, I've never seen somebody's face look that bad when it came to black eyes. Like, there wasn't a black eye, it was a softball that got stuck to my face with blood and gashes all over it. Okay, so there's a knock on the door. They scatter. But Mr. Bean tells his homeboy, stay with him. We're going to go check who it is. Everybody goes upstairs. Then I hear him yell down the stairs, it's the cops. So that's my way out. I tell the guy, look, they're going to come in here. They're not in here just to say hello. How many times the cops ever just randomly came over here? We both know why they're here. Let me run out the window. Nobody gets in trouble. Okay? This is some serious crap. Like, everybody's going to jail in this house if you let these cops in and they see me. He wouldn't do it. He wouldn't let me run out the window. So, and that's honestly, the God's honest truth, what I would do. If he let me go, but he had to, if he did that and say the cops did not come in, he'd be held accountable for that. So I can see his point. But the cops are going to come in. There was a reason why they were there. So they came in. One cop came down the stairs, seen me. I transfer from, please stop, screaming, begging for mercy, to all of a sudden I'm a gangster. The cop kind of helps me up. Mother, beep, beep, beep. Yeah, what now? Beep, 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 cussing them out. And so they put me in the back of an ambulance, and the detectives came in the back of the ambulance, tried talking to me. I wouldn't talk to them because it's street justice. You know, I robbed him. The consequences for that, I'm blessed to be alive. This guy knows where I live. This guy knows where my family lives. I just had a baby, my son. And so my daughter's mom, or my son's mom, was in the driveway when he originally hit me, and I started screaming, thought I was having a seizure. And because of that same window that I was crawling through was open, she heard me scream. She freaked out. She's not from the street. She knows nothing about the street. She knows nothing about the dope game. She was very naive to it, so she didn't know what to do. So she pulls out, She's yelling and crying because she don't know what to do. She goes to Quimby Park. She puts her head down, starts praying. Please, God, please, 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 God, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. She looks up, looks to her left. There's a Warren police officer pulled up beside her. Can I help you, ma'am? Now, if that is not a miracle in itself, because I even prayed while that was happening. God, please help me out of this. I don't want to die here. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Help me. I prayed twice, and from her praying also, that was a God thing, man. That was a God thing. So, anyways, that's how I got saved up out of there. And nobody went to jail. I don't know how. I didn't say anything, but you would think when the cops find the German Ruger, which they found, rope, blood all over me, blood all over the basement. But they told the cops that I broke in and they caught me in there. So I didn't tell them anything. I refused to talk to them. And they even came to the hospital, tried talking to me again. I said, look, I ain't got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. Please, I'm not talking to you. It is what it is. Leave it alone. That's what happened. So I don't know if they had them cops in their pocket or what. Because even with all the evidence, even without me talking, you'd think that the state would pick that up and investigate it. But I'm glad they didn't, because I did not want the consequences of the police getting involved, because it would have been bad. And actually, I actually ended up dealing with his brother a couple years later, and then he was the one that was beating me also. That his brother was there kicking me and punching me. So, you know, for me not saying anything, I did get some kind of respect for that from them. But, you know, justice was served. Street justice was served, and I didn't die that day. So I was very grateful. So listen, heroin is not a joke. Fentanyl is not a joke. If you're out there using that crap, it's going to make you desperate. You're going to have to get your fix. You're going to have to get your fix, and you'll do anything to get it. So you really, not a wise thing to do. But anyways, thank you for watching. I got more videos on the way. This will be the first one. God bless.